Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? How are you? How are you? I hope everybody is doing well. It is Wednesday. Monday we talked about boring stuff that gets in the way of us reaching our own potential. And we are back. I'm gonna do a little check-in today and see where y'all able to focus on some of the things that create boredom for you. Let me know. I'm just gonna finish some setup here. Just fixing a little setup. And then we're gonna get started. I see. I see. Well, I thought I'd give it a try. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I am glad that you guys are here. If you're on Facebook, I can't see y'all. Good morning, Crystal. How you doing this morning? How's it going? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Glad to have you this morning. Glad that you're here. Connect with some of my peeps here. Good morning. I hope y'all are doing good. I'm doing great. You know what? I done had a great start to my day. I did some deep cleaning yesterday, and I'm just loving the way everything looks. Just loving it. Now I'm about to probably be torturing my children because we're gonna have to keep the expectation high. But they'll be all right. Not torture them, probably nag them. I was reading an article that said children who get nagged by their mothers are more successful. So they'll just have to take it as a win. They're gonna have to take it as a win. They'll be more successful as long as I nag them. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all come on in the room. Come on in the room. I've got a new hot topic. I got a couple things I want to talk about today. Good morning, Miss V. How you doing this morning? Glad to have you as well. I'm just wrapping up some setup. Y'all, the AI Summit is at 9 o'clock with Alicia Little. So when I tell you these little short little pumpkin legs want to get to moving quick, so that I have time to take a shower and I have time to get all settled in and I can learn some new things from that community. If you have not registered for the AI Summit, I suggest that you do. It don't cost you anything. To register, you can go ahead and click on my profile. That's the circle right here up here at the top. I never know where to point. There we go. Right there, point right there on the circle. Go to my profile. It's at the very top. It says AI Summit. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad to hear that you're registered because, listen, I'm a businesswoman. You guys are business people. And the reality is when you're in business, everything costs money. And so when there are opportunities to learn some new things and get new information at a low or no cost, take advantage of it. That's one of the reasons why Morning Motivations is free. I try to give some free information because I recognize that what it takes to run your business, it is not for the weak because I'm experiencing it right along with you. And so it's the one thing I can do. Oh, cool. It's the one thing I can do to help my community. All right. So AI Marketing Summit. Whether you're going into marketing or whether or not you think you need marketing, I don't think that matters. Good morning, Josiah Harper. Good morning, Josiah. Whether you're getting into AI or not, good morning, Kisma. It doesn't really matter. I think everybody can learn some new things from this session. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just finishing up a little bit of setup and we're going to dive right in because I'm telling y'all, I'm going to be running. I'm going to go from walking to running to run off this treadmill so that I can I can hop on over to the summit and learn more things about AI. All right. How y'all doing this morning? How are you guys? If you were here Monday, we talked about doing a better job of doing the work that's boring. That's basically what we talked about. And my challenge to you was to do things that are essentially boring. It's the part of the work that we don't like to do. My personal one is I don't like sending emails. I feel like I got so much to do that sending email is low priority. But studies, all the statisticians and the leaders and the thought leaders say that your highest conversion rate actually comes from your emails. Okay, so go to YouTube. So Crystal said, "Oh, I missed Monday." Crystal, go watch the replay on YT. The YT. You can also access the YT from the paid creative community, which you can also access right there on that little button on my profile. Click on that. Go to my profile. Tap on the things. Good morning, T lady. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It is Wednesday. And I'm so glad that each and every one of you is here. Whether it's 4 or 4,000 one day. I don't take it lightly that you guys come in and spend just a few minutes with me. And I just try to offer you a word or two of encouragement to help you navigate this thing called business. All right. Today we're going to talk about proof over perfection. All of us have this perfection mindset. Well, not all of us, but many of us have this perfection mindset that's keeping us from where we're trying to go. Thank you for the love. I see the Dino coming in. Thank you for that. And so, good morning, Dominique Talks. Our need to be perfect is keeping us from where we're trying to go. It is the wall of destruction. It is a rotten terror. It is a demon that sneaks into the light. Our desire to be perfect is actually just a reflection of how negative we think about ourselves. Our desire to be perfect is actually just a reflection of how negative we think of ourselves. Many times we're so overtly concerned about people's view of us. And for my women and women of color, I know that this is a deep part of our own experiences, that we believe that we have to project this perfect image of what we're supposed to be. And it's a lie. In my favorite Michael Jackson meme, it's a lie. It's not true. It's a lie. All right. Last week, we talked about consistency and capacity. And we talked about not overcommitting and protecting our energy so we can do things that are sustainable. But today, we're going to take it a step further. All right. Step further. People don't trust promises. They trust patterns. People don't trust promises. They don't trust guarantees. Oftentimes, they're not trusting guarantees because people have let them down. All right. That's why using the phrase 100% guaranteed gets you nowhere. It gets you absolutely categorically nowhere. Good morning, Miss Linda. Good morning, Erica. Glad you guys are here this morning. We're talking proof over perfection. And oftentimes we're seeking perfection so badly because we believe the reflection in front of us that there's something wrong with it. So we're trying to always fix it. All right. Think about how many times you've made a product and didn't post it. It's in your drafts. You created it, but you don't think it's finished, or you don't think it's good enough. And for that reason, it's still in your accounts. How much art have you made over the last 2, 3 months, 6 months, 10 months, 12 months that no one will ever see because somewhere along the way you thought you weren't good enough? There's a huge blessing in giving the world what you have to offer. There's a huge blessing in that, in giving the world what you have to offer. I've learned this. My father taught me this. My father was a church-going man. He's since passed. Rest in peace, Pops. All right. But my father taught me a really good lesson about giving. And he found that when he gave of his heart, of his finances, things would turn around. He'd get more back. He would get a random free meal. He would get, if he gave someone $100 in the mail, he would randomly get a check for $250. He found that the more he just did it, the return was greater than what he ever expected. And I find that that's the same for my own life. And so I try to practice the spirit of giving. And I want to apply this to this idea of removing perfection and replacing it with giving. If you can switch your mindset from I got to be perfect to I've got to give it as an act of expression, you will find that your return will be much greater than what you ever thought was possible. All right, so I'm gonna rest that there. Good morning, keeping it Cody. Good morning. This is Morning Motivations. For those of you that are new to the space, I'm Martine Brown, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I try to pop in and offer you a little bit of encouragement and support as you navigate life. I own the Paid Creative Community. It's a school community. Head on to my profile. It's right up there. And you can learn every single day how to get better, how to grow. I give prompts, art. I recommend courses. I teach. I do all the things. All right. So I'm glad you're here. Come on in. Let me know where you're coming in from if you're brand new, if this is your first time here. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Jordan. All right. I let this perfection thing rest because I need you to start thinking about all of that art you have. I need you to start thinking about, I see you, Crystal, all of that unseen work. I see you, Kisma, all of that unseen work. Good morning, Ifioma. Good morning to you. I'm glad you're here. Welcome in. I want you to start working on your mindset and to change your mindset from a place of perfection to a place of giving. Because when you give proof. Giving works two ways. All right? There are two ways that you give. You give of your heart. All right? You give of your product. And it's the process of giving proof. People don't trust promises. They trust patterns. And when you have a pattern of giving, people will trust you. We don't talk about that enough. A lot of us talk about know, like, and trust. I got to know them. I got to like them. I have to trust them. And that's true. But the path to know, like, and trust is the removal of promises, replacing it with patterns. How do you replace it with patterns? You've got to get perfection out of your mind, remove perfection, replace it with the art of giving. You've got to give. And when you give, it will come back. This happens to me a lot. I've had to give some things to some people in the last year in my life, my personal life. And y'all, there's been like 3 times I gave them X. The thing I got back was greater than what I gave. Sometimes 3 times more, 4 times more. Most recently, it was money. I had to give someone some money. And I gave them 50. Gave them $50 for the thing they needed to do. Y'all, randomly I ended up with $200 from some old work that I had done. I hadn't thought about it. It just, I was looking at my account and I was like, ow! Good morning, Crafty Tay. Good morning, good morning. I'm so glad you're here. This morning we're talking about proof over perfection. And the thought is, if you want to move yourself forward in your business and your personal life, then we have to separate ourselves from trying to be perfect. Because really, in trying to be perfect, in the mirror, we're saying to ourselves, there's so much wrong with me, I can't put it out. And I'm here to tell you, it's not true. There's nothing wrong with you. What you do has value. What you do is important. And for that reason, for that very, very specific reason, you need to put the work out. It is an act of giving. You're being selfish with your gift. And I need you to remove that, because when we look at ourselves as having to be perfect, it's a selfish experience. The only 2 people that are worried about being perfect are you and you looking in the mirror. That's it. The rest of the space, they don't care. Matter of fact, they overthinking about themselves being perfect. All right, let's pause right there. Were you in business? Wait, I misread. Hold on. Let me pause right there. Let me catch my breath. Where in your business are you trying to look polished instead of showing proof of progress? Take a few minutes and think about it. If you feel comfortable with sharing, please share. Where in your business are you trying to look polished instead of showing proof of progress? Where in your business are you trying to look polished instead of just showing that you're in progress? Feel free to share in the chat, or I want you to think about it. Okay? I know for me, when I started all of this, it was very important that it looked perfect, that my background looked perfect, that my floors looked perfect, that I had a whole issue about how much of my body I wanted you to see or not see. I had this tug of war about it, got all lost and confused because I didn't want to imply that maybe I don't have a nice house, or it's not very clean, or maybe I didn't know what I was talking about, right? And so when I realized, and my good friend and AI colleague Linda kind of helped me discover this, this is at the very beginning, back in October last year. She made me realize, nobody cared. Nobody cared about what my background looked like. They didn't care what my floors looked like, but they did like what I had to say. And for those, not everybody walks with me, but for those who walk with me, they were experiencing some health benefits. Side note, it's never required to walk with me. All levels of movement are welcome, including 0. Good morning, Miss Samela. I got my water. Y'all ain't gonna get me today. Let me take a sip right now. And so when I had that moment of realization that all this other stuff that I thought needed to be perfect didn't matter, and it was really the dialogue that we were having together as a community is what actually mattered. Look back there. I got a mess back there. You see that curtain? It's old. Let me see, what else can I show y'all? The corners of my window sills, they a little cracked. I need new carpet. Nobody cares. That's all in my head. It's a mess back there. I might clean it up. I might not. I don't know. But what I do need you to understand is that the gift was the conversation. And all the other things I thought that need to be perfect didn't matter. All right? And so I need you guys, all right, to also have the shift in mindset. So what I want you to ask yourself is, every time you think you're over it, and every time you think it's not good enough, I want you to replace it with, by not presenting this to the world, what gift is someone not going to receive? What gifts am I keeping to myself? Because I'm telling y'all right now, I buy, especially when we talk about these digital products, this art, for the last 3 years, I buy stuff from everybody. I have yet to run across a single purchase where every account, there was at least one misspelling, there was a broken link, the folder I haven't run across a single product that was perfect. And I've purchased a lot of digital products. And guess what? I didn't ask for no refund. What was there was so important to me that it did not matter that it wasn't perfect. And that's what I need you guys to understand. Think about the products you bought. As a matter of fact, let me call y'all all the way out early on this morning. How many of y'all go to Ross? Because we're going to talk about this for real right now. Y'all, we in the Ross, the TJ Maxx, the Marshalls, Burlington Coat Factory, going in there and enjoying the good sale. Do you realize that all of those vendors are what we call like second market vendors? The clothes in there have imperfections. You're getting it at a lower rate because maybe the sizing wasn't quite right, or it didn't sell as well in the larger big box stores, or it is last year's trend. You buy imperfect things all the time. And then you be like, girl, I got that from Ross. Ooh, honey, Burlington Coat Factory. So if you can buy it, why you can't push yourself to 80% and get that thing out in the market? Good morning, Christy. If you can purchase it, why can't you get your products to 80%, 90%, and put it out there? I see you laughing, Crystal, because y'all know I'm not lying. You know I'm not lying. We literally have a closet full of imperfect clothing right now. Because especially Ross is the biggest one for that. I'm a size 14, 16. But I can rock a 12 in Ross because the size in the thing don't match the actual piece of clothing. It's an imperfection. We literally revel in getting it at a discount. Something to think about. Here's where I'm going with all of this. Perfection is just a performance you're just putting on. And with the way we watch social media and content now, we can pretty much tell when a person is being a fake joker. Perfection is a performance. That's all it is. It's not real. And even actors take a break. Actors take breaks. So if actors take breaks and they're performers, How are you going to keep up the act 24/7 every single time? You won't. You are not capable of it. I realized that going live. Crappy Tay, I saw you talk about putting your face. I struggle with putting my face in front of people because I felt like I got the acne. I got the chin hairs, the dark skin. I don't wear makeup. The dark circles. Look at them dark circles. Them dark circles. Struggle. However, they don't care. And you know who showed me that they didn't care? The 20-somethings that got 800 people watching them live while they sit at their house with their kids crying in the background, and they got a what you call it? What you call a little rag you put on your head overnight? What is it called? A bonnet on their head. But they got 800 people watching them do nothing. Good morning, Mama Dominique. Good morning. Y'all understand? They don't care. And the bottom line is, if I had to come on here with a full face of makeup 3 times a week, baby, we wasn't doing this call. Who got time for that? I don't have time for it. You don't either. Show up with your face. I have yet to have a single person on Morning Motivation say, you know, girl, you should probably put some makeup on. No one cares. They don't care. So we have to stop caring because we cannot keep the performance up. It won't last. Proof is in the pattern. It's not in the pudding. Proof is in your patterns. Your brand, your communities, your business, they want to see a pattern of success. And the people who are living from patterns and not performance, they grow. So you got to decide, do you really want to grow or not? That's what you got to decide. Perfection is just a performance. And you don't have the energy to perform 24 hours a day. Pick up the phone, hit the live button, go to town. Open your drafts, hit publish. Create a link to your products, get to talking about them in front of people. That's how you're going to move the business forward. All right. Now, Monday's homework was, hey, find something boring in your business that you don't like to do, and you need to do it this week. Today's homework is on top of that. Yep, I'm adding on now. Good morning, Miss T. I want you to do something that you can do that's going to create a pattern in your business. All right? That pattern is going to be your ongoing proof so that when you look back at the end of the locked in, because we're on this journey of locking in on our goals, when you look back a week from now, a month from now, you have started to build out a pattern that people can trust. All right? The proof is in the patterns. The proof is not in perfection. You won't be perfect. Sorry, you are not Jesus. You are not the Lord and Savior. You are not him. You will never be him. All right? So stop hiding in, well, I just want it to be polished. And we need to start shining in proof. That's my word. Now, on my screen, I want you to note that there's an AI Marketing Summit. All right? AI Marketing Summit. It's in 30 minutes. All 10 of you on this call, and those of you that are watching outside of the call, I need you to click on my profile there. Y'all see my profile? That's my little face with my pink shirt on. Go there. Join the paid community. I want you to do that. But I also want you to register for this free AI Summit. If you work during the day, plug your earbud in, listen along. The AI Summit is free, but you can upgrade and get the replay. And I always recommend that if you're like, I don't have time, just go get the replay. Child, it's going to be okay. Right now, you buy 2 hamburgers and fries and a drink, you're going to spend the same amount of money. These days, same amount of money. So you might as well, if you feel like you can benefit from the training and you can't be there live, just upgrade. It's no big deal. All right, you just spent more on that on 2 hamburgers, 2 fries, and 2 drinks these days. Don't ask me how I know, because I have to buy 3 every time. All right, that's it for me today, because I want to go take a shower and get my computer set up. I am a certified AI consultant through Alicia Little's program, and I highly recommend all of her programs, products, and services. But since she's doing something free today, I say go see what she has to offer. And I'm hoping to learn about some new tools because I'm kind of feeling behind. Good morning, Eric. I'm feeling a little bit behind. So this is going to be a nice break from the norm for me to pick up some new tools that I can try out. Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, no worries. If you want the replay, you just have to buy it. Yeah, no worries. And if you don't need it, don't buy it. I try to keep it real with y'all. I try to keep it real. I only do what you feel like you need to do right now. Good morning, Miss Sharon. All right, y'all. That's all you have for me. Homework. Here's the homework. I'm gonna say it again. I want you to start doing things that can create a pattern. When you do things that create a pattern, okay? Say it again. When you do things that create patterns, people are going to value your patterns and they're going to let go of the promises. Nobody believes promises anyway. They've been let down too much. That's my word. I will see you guys Friday. We're going to celebrate wins. So I want you to start thinking about what were your wins this week? What did you do a little bit? I got my water 2 workouts out of 2. But Monday they got on me, y'all. That's why I have it today, because I was like, get it right. So that might be mine. I'll be back Friday. Those of you that are going to be in the AI Summit, I'll see you there. I'm going to pop in the next 20 minutes. Bye, y'all.